Hello.
What's up, y'all? We're back. We're Hip Hoppington with Kim and the crew, and we have a special guest.
We at the sneaker
Finally, Elder Sensei is in the building.
What up?
So
Wait till you hear what y'all doing.
I don't even know where to start.
Wherever y'all want to start.
I want to start from the beginning.
There we go.
You know, how did you come about? Where did you formulate? Like, how did the artifacts? How did you start? Like, how?
Well, coming
and
from
why?
Why is the good reason. Well, we wanted to make our contribution to hip hop. Coming from New Jersey,
right?
Growing up, watching New York from across the water.
Okay, wait. Let me set the scene.
But he just said the dope. He said our contribution to hip hop. During that time, mentally, you were like, I want to bring something in the culture,
right? Because New York was doing this. In Jersey, we had dope MCs too. Right. So we're gonna set the scene. This was like early '90s. So we had Naughty by Nature, Lords of the Underground.
See, but
Lauryn Hill.
We gotta go before that.
Okay.
So when growing up in Jersey, seeing all of this happen in New York,
right.
Only it wasn't really no representation from Jersey growing up. You only saw New York.
Not. Okay.
And the only thing we saw growing up was the regular records, KRS-One, Big Boogie Down Productions, Public Enemy, Kane, Rakim. So being 15 years old, I was like, okay, I want to do this, but I was doing everything. I was B-boy, I was a
He was dancing.
But I was a dancer.
Absolutely.
And once
I
got confident.
We was elements. We wasn't just this. We was doing everything.
Right. And you knew somebody around the corner that did what you did, or was a DJ, and that's what happened with me. I had a couple of friends that lived in my neighborhood. One was a DJ. He said, you know, you be writing, but you need to probably start saying it.
Right.
I wasn't confident enough to do that.
Isn't that where it starts at? You like, I know I can write, but I really don't feel confident enough to say it.
Nah, it wasn't at all.
Like, that's where he going back. Go ahead.
So once I got confident enough, I got up on stage as a junior in high school, had a flick fade, had a red
He had a really
on,
dope fade.
Black pants looked like Big Daddy Kane walking on stage.
Yeah, your outfit.
And Trutch was the only MC in our school.
Right.
At the time. And I went to school with Naughty by Nature.
Shout out to East Orange High School.
It was called New Style in East Orange High School.
And we had a club around our way called
Club 88.
Club 88. And that's how some of the dopest New Jersey MCs came to be because they started battle rapping at Teen Night at Club 88.
And Napoleon's was another spot we would go to.
All right.
Showcase talent or whatever. That was more or less local dancers
how you
would come
came
there.
about.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So when did you formulate your group, and like how did you say to yourself, like, because you could have been by yourself, you know what I mean? Like, when did you say, I think I want a partner, you know what I mean? Like, did you want to share? Like, I when I see partners, I'm like, I know I wanted a partner because I just wanted to share it with someone else. Like, I didn't want to go out there by myself. Like, was that the same case or what?
Well, for me, it wasn't really that. Like, me and Tame, like, I knew of Tame through just being in the street. I saw his name everywhere.
Yeah,
okay.
I didn't know that he rapped, but I was doing my own thing. I was living in East Orange, and he had his tag in East Orange too. But I was more or less just doing the neighborhood scene. I had friends that knew Tame.
Okay.
And but still, I didn't know he rapped.
Right. So Tame, my brother, he's the other one on here. This is them, the Artifacts, because we didn't even say that the group is the Artifacts.
Yeah, we didn't get there yet. We're starting from the beginning. She wanted to chime in because she knows the history. You know what I mean? Let this man talk.
He was a graffiti artist, so you may have his name preceded him.
Right.
So you might see his name around town and you'd be like, who's Tame? Because back in the day, graffiti culture was just popping, right? So you might see somebody's name and then in the neighborhood, you're like, yo, who is that? He tagged up everything everywhere. Right. So before people may have known that Tame was a dope MC and that he could rhyme, he was a graffiti artist.
I'm glad you clarified that, because when he said his name was around, I thought his name was around literally as an MC. You know what I mean? Like, you hear that. Yeah. So okay, that makes more sense.
And that was my fault.
Let's go back to you.
Yeah.
So with that, I knew dudes that knew him, and they would tell me about him rhyming. So I'm like, yo, I just saw his name.
Right.
So Polo Ice and my man Jay Burns. Jay Burns I used to go to school with.
All right.
And he was around Tame, and I found that out through just conversation in school. So he introduced me to the guy that was making Tame's beats. That's Rhino.
Shout out to Rhino and everybody. Boom Squad. Shout out to Boom Squad.
So I go over to Rhino's crib. I start doing my demos. And I noticed in the room, I was like, yo, well, okay, Tame been in here?
Yeah.
So I'm like, he's like, yeah, he be rhyming. He make his demos here. I was like.
So Rhino is the producer from everyone in Newark. It was like Rhino and
Malik, right? His name's Malik. I know. I've seen him. I've met him before and all that.
Yeah, Rhino and Gov were like really, like in Newark. You went to either one of those two people.
I knew he was a DJ now, but I didn't know he was doing production. I didn't know. Like,
Rhino was still
his history of
shout out to Rhino.
Rhino was like, we had a crew called Boss Mob, and it was like me, Tame, Mellow Max, Rasta Ra, and we had that's when JMC came in. And,
shout out to JMC. That was my boyfriend.
So when did you get your first debut album? Like when did that come out?
Well, once me and Tame got together, he wasn't there that day, but he came to a session I was having. We had a conversation. I stopped doing what I was doing. We did one song, came back again,
and it was dope.
And then we just was like, okay, let's keep doing this.
So it was like an organic, like youth that came together. That's dope.
Right.
I know, like my brothers in the group. So many other groups I see, they come together, they break up. It's like that's between brothers. I always tell to the outside, like stay out of that. You know what I mean? Because those are brothers. Like man, we've watched groups curse each other out.
Right.
Disrespect them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's their brother. You know what I mean? Leave that alone. Like like for you.
No one will understand that.
No.
Doing this is like any group that you see, whether it be us, Smith & Wesson, DOS Effects,
even Mobb Deep had
everybody
have their internal shit.
That's right.
But I can say that me and Tame really never had no beef or nothing like that. Our thing was mostly about just making it and getting the chance to do what we had to do. When we did split, it came because the label situation wasn't right. We was frustrated. And we pretty much was like, maybe as a blessing in disguise, what we didn't know was when we broke up, hiatus, whatever you want to call it, he was able to give out his point of view from the group. I was able to give out my sound from the group. And you saw individually when we split what we was doing.
And because they came together so early, I think that there came a time where they had to show each other individual talent. And
I like when artists, if they can go their own way, because you're young and you start to bridge. What I don't like is when they go their own way and then they form new cliques, and then the new cliques think they got another person.
That's too much.
And then at some point,
that's what happened with NWA.
Yeah, that's what happened with EPMD. You know what I mean? But also, like, I wanted to ask you, because you're in a group, like who took the lead? You know what I mean? I know that I hear DMC say Run took the lead. I know Paris took the lead. You know what I mean? And taking the lead is not always good, but it's like but sometimes it is good. Like who took the lead in your group? You know what I mean? As far as business wise,
I don't know if he wants to say it, but I will. He took the lead. He did. He's not gonna say it.
Was it given to you, or was it like you just felt you
had no choice?
I pretty much was like, with personalities in the group,
right?
You have different assignments, and I felt as though like early on, from what I saw, I was like pretty much like, okay, I'm gonna just do this because like I'm a Capricorn.
Right. You just gotta do it. Yeah.
So it's in my blood. So it's not really necessarily a thing of where I was like, yo, I'm gonna do this and you hold tight. It was pretty much like, yo, L, you good at doing that more than me.
With any team, everybody has their
But
role.
I like that because with the other groups, that's not what took place. They've been publicly and saying like, I didn't get a piece of this. This one took over that. All those things took place. So for you guys to tell the story, like, no, I was just better at this. He was better at that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We both learned from each other. But some people in groups, it happens. One person knows business and they run with the business.
And to bring it back to the beginning of all this, all those people that we just mentioned were all trying to come out and be the breakthrough artist out of Jersey.
Okay.
So at some point, Redman and then your brother came into play, and then JMC and those other people, and then they tried to get with Marley Marl because the New York artists that were already established saw the talent in Jersey. And so they all came like, okay, what's going on in Jersey?
And that's how Red got found.
That's how Red got found. Because they took...
They were at a show though when they saw.
Yeah,
they were
actually Red was at. So
it wasn't like he came.
We went to the exactly.
Yeah.
We were all at this show.
Yeah.
And Red got up on
stage. He used to bring home people all the time, and I remember.
Yeah, he got up on stage.
He's like, I was at the club because I knew he was performing that night. I think it was Sensations or something. I have a club.
Right. That was the spot.
And he said that the guy, he was like, nah. And I remember that part of it.
He walked up to them.
Yes.
And he rhymed. One verse.
Red did.
When he told me, he said he saw all of y'all.
He went like this. He said, he took him like this. Let's go. We ain't see Red for
We ain't see Red after that. Next time I saw Red was on TV after that.
I was like, what? I'm like, no. He said said he remembers everybody rhyming, but he said Red said something specific that he said caught his ear, and it was I float like a butterfly, sting like the rock star. He said that when he was like, because he like unique things, you know what I mean? He was like, there was so many spitters out there. He said there was so many lyrical spitters out there. Reggie was charismatic. So his rhyme wasn't particularly maybe the best one out of everybody. It was that he said something clever for him was like funny.
But we all knew that. We all knew that though. Like even when you ask Red will tell you his influence was Tame.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he said it on camera.
He says it all the time.
Me, Tame, and Red used to sit in his father's basement and record demos or freestyles with a machine. It was a 7.6 Digitech machine, and it had a foot pedal. And when you wanted to loop the beat, we'll hit it like that. But then after a while, we got tired of doing that.
Yeah.
Red was like, fuck that, we're going to do this. Hold it in my hand.
Right.
And every time so this thing, if anybody know all of us, if you was with us, if you was ever with us and we was listening to music, if you ever saw us go like this, that was the foot pedal in your hand.
It goes to show like what the elements were that you all worked with. I know Eric and P shared the same mic on an 8-track. So they would pretty much pass the mic on It's My Thing. Those kind of records were made on 8-tracks.
And you gotta be fast.
Going back and forth with
Tame had a room in his apartment in East Orange. Everybody used to meet up there. Red used to come with the records because Red was the DJ initially.
He was DJ Killer.
And he did great. Red could do it all. But he'd come up there with his records and everything, and they would do whatever they was doing. I don't know what they was doing. I was just in the building because they was blazing, okay? And so I would just show up and be like, all right, whatever. So I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you good.
Yeah, she's just telling his whole backstory, and that's because I want to hear from the man himself.
Okay, go ahead.
So let's fast forward a little bit.
Yeah.
Me and Tame got together, but I really thing that got us the deal was we did demos, we did everything everybody else did, but we went up to one radio station, Stretch Armstrong and Bobito station, 89.9.
Shout out to Stretch and Bobito. I remember going up there.
10 minutes we had to freestyle, and not knowing that the 10 minutes we had to freestyle was for Stretch and Bob, where Bobito worked at Def Jam, Stretch worked at Atlantic at Big Beat, and there was another dude in the room, my man Reef. These dudes listening to us like, oh my, it was like how Paris, Eric felt for us.
Right.
For Red. So they sitting there like, what the hell? Like after it was all over, like where y'all from? We like Jersey. Really? Sound like that?
Right.
So then, weeks later, they kept bringing us back to New York. We driving Stretch up to the radio show, going to their house, going up on the roof.
I was driving.
Not knowing they having meetings about us.
Wow.
Trying to set up to get us a deal.
Wow. Hip-hop was so organic back then, though. Like, just the way you're talking about. Like, I want kids to experience it in that way. You know what I mean? And they don't. They're on the web. I mean, I'm good for social media, but the way we experience that culture and having to work and be young and come out like y'all did, you know what I mean? But they're missing that organicness of it.
Yeah.
And the way we got found, the way Red got found, is. I would like to say a traditional way because these are the things that you can touch.
That's right.
Where they're not digitalized, where you have to be at a place to see these people do these things.
Eric and them walk
if they didn't go there, if they didn't go to that show, they wouldn't have seen him.
And to be honest with you, shout out to all the graph artists and all the graph fans.
Right.
I think that because Tame's name was so known around, people dug more deeply into that. Was like free advertising. Your name is already on there. All right, we're gonna come back in a minute. We're gonna.
Nah, he said wrap it up. Keep
all right.
Speed it up.
All right. So anyway, we're gonna speed it up. We're gonna fast forward to
where you are now. What you got going on now? Let's fast forward to today. I hate to rush this interview, but I just want to fast forward today because you're gonna come back.
Yes, indeed.
When you come back, I'm gonna really dig deep. I'm gonna have my
how long I've been trying to get him to it. I've been trying to get him back.
We can do that. But we after 2 albums in, Artifacts, Between the Rock and Hard Place. That's them. We was on Big Beat Records Atlantic. Right now, today, we're working on an EP with the producer Buck Wow, who was the producer on our first album, and it's coming out and on a German label. We have a demo album we did demos for, and it's from '89 to '92. That's coming out soon. Me and Sadat X from Brand Nubian, we got an album coming out.
That sounds
Very
crazy.
soon,
I
so
heard.
y'all can
I
look
had
out
a
for
sneak peek of that, and it sounds crazy.
He was one of my favorites in
The
Brand Nubian.
production
And
is
you're
ridiculous.
gonna love this record.
The production is
Definitely.
crazy.
Right.
So like, and I'm out here now, working on the album with this producer Tony Galvin from Miami, but he live in Atlanta.
Okay.
And me and Shaban, I got an album from my man Chillo from Belgium that's out right now.
Okay.
That's my newest project. It's
This is
called
another person that
We Bring It
travels a lot
Live.
overseas.
We bring it live series.
That's dope.
And
I'm
then
just so happy to hear
Shabam
y'all
is on
working.
the album, Stars on the album. So
Right. So
definitely
happy to
make it
hear
happen.
y'all working, pushing this culture forward. Not, it's never not putting the microphone down.
Right,
not
right.
not listening to the
Yes.
cliche or the stigmas that's been put on hip hop saying, "Oh, you too old for this." Is our culture. You know what I mean?
Right.
We want to be the Nat King Coles and Aretha Franklins, and
Right.
we want to
See?
be the veterans in this culture. You know what I mean?
Right.
And not being no other genre disrespects their culture
No.
and call them old school. Or you too old to rap. No,
Right,
you
right,
wanna
right,
rap
right.
at
We gotta
50
stop
and you
doing
dope.
that.
Yes.
Listen
You
to
can
what
rap.
she's saying.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
That's
It's
true.
Yeah.
Like we the only ones that
We say
think
that
our
every
artists.
week. Yes.
Right.
And you can see the damn Rolling Stones on tour right now.
That's right.
Right.
And they 80
getting
years
100 and
old,
some
Right.
thousand.
and we don't get that treatment.
right.
So y'all
We
gotta
need-
understand that.
We need y'all to
We gotta
support-
wrap this up. We had to sneak convention. We so glad you came, but
No
I am.
doubt, thank you.
Follow
I
us,
don't even
Sensei.
want to rush you. I just want to make sure you're coming back to see us,
Yeah, I'm
right?
coming.
Yes.
April 14th, I'll be back.
April 14th.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we'll be here before.
So we're gonna break right now.
Everybody
But
wanna
April
follow you
14th,
at.
we will have this man back in our studio, and we're gonna just get. I'm gonna have my shoes, my popcorn, my slippers
Yep,
on,
yep.
and you're gonna really give me.
Do
And Kim ain't
everything.
gonna say too much, all right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Follow at Elder Sensei on Twitter, on Instagram, and
And tell them about your
Facebook.
projects you got coming out, so they
Facebook,
can know
that's
where
right.
them projects are coming and where to find
Right
them.
now,
at.
right now, you can check me out on Facebook, Elder Sensei Williams. You can check me on Instagram, Elder Sensei. I'm sorry, Sensei from NJ on Instagram. But like I said, right now, me and Sadat in the studio. Album coming
shout
out
out
soon.
to Sadat.
Yeah.
Tame 1.
Shout out
EP
to
coming
Tame
out soon
1.
with Buck Wild. There we go.
All right,
Thank
we
you.
out. Thank you for
Thank
coming
you for
out.
coming. We
Peace.
enjoyed the sneaker conference live on Hip Hop Daily. We appreciate you all. Hip Hopperton. Peace.
Bounce.